On this episode, we're reviewing The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho right now. You guys have probably already heard of this book because it was sold over 200 million times. It was translated in 80 different languages, and Paulo Coelho is the all-time best-selling Portuguese author. It is just amazing. When I read this book in the beginning, I knew that it was going to be a storyline, and I thought I was going to go through it just by reading it once and that's it. I did not imagine that I was going to take this much notes. It is crazy how much things that were said in here that is so true in self-development and what happens in the world and in the universe when you're going out and finding your purpose. So let's jump into it. The story starts off with a young shepherd named Santiago. And Santiago starts getting tired of his day-to-day routine being with the sheep doing the same thing. He's somebody who wants to travel and visit the world. One night comes along and he has this dream that this other boy shows him a treasure in the pyramid of Egypt. But before he shows him exactly where it is, he wakes up. He doesn't do much of it. Second night comes along, same dream comes along. Wakes up right before he finds out where the treasure is. So he says, let me go see a gypsy to tell me what does this dream mean. There's somebody that knows about dreams. Go sees this gypsy and the lady says that yes, there is this treasure, you have to go find it. Tells him to go for it. He doesn't do much of it. He's like, whatever, this lady doesn't know what she's talking about, goes about his day. During the same day, he crossed paths with a wise man that ends up being a king and talks to him about his personal legend, and he has to fulfill it, which is going and finding this treasure. So then he gets surprised, like, wait a minute, two people are telling me about this. And the whole story of this book is the young man, Santiago, the shepherd, selling his sheep and going and finding his personal legend. Now, I did not give no spoiler alerts. This is literally the first couple of pages. The whole point of the book is to find his personal legend, which means his destiny, his purpose. They call it personal legend in the book. But what happens, in fact, is not finding the goal, but finding who he is as a person, finding what's around them. What I loved about the book is that Paulo Coelho is very eloquent in the way that he tells this whole story, and in this story, he hides self-development aspects, laws of the universe, and everything else that he thinks he needs to teach the reader, which is amazing. I actually thought it was almost like a Where's Waldo of self-development. I was reading certain things and I'm like, oh my God, this is what he means. And oh, I read this and that's what he means. And you understand the underlying thing that the author is trying to teach you in this story. So because of that, I actually reread certain parts a couple of times to really understand, wait a minute, he's saying this. I understand the whole concept of what's happening with the story, but what does he mean? What is he trying to teach me? And that's what I loved about this book. This is what actually surprised me the most about it. I wanted to read you a couple of quotes that I found pertinent to me. When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. So what does that mean? It's stuff that we've heard of it before. It's even maybe metaphysical, which is completely real, it's just not tangible. When you're going after something and you're really working towards it, the universe does find a way to conspire to help you achieve that. Now that being said, obviously you have to wish and go for things that are logical and make sense to who you are as a human being, following your personal legend, right? Like imagine if you say, oh, I want to be an NBA player, but you're 4 foot flat. I mean, chances of that happening are slim to none. The way you have to look at it is, what do you do in life that demands the least amount of effort and you are extremely good at, almost in a state of flow? Once you find that, work on that, develop that, because you can't just stay on your talent. You have to really put the effort in. But once you find what that is, that's what you have to work towards. And the universe finds a way to help you out with that. And the other one is actually behind the book, and it says, to realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. So it goes to what we were saying before. Once you find your personal legend, which is your purpose, your destiny, all you have to do in life is go towards that, because that's what you were put on this earth to do, to give, and to bring back value to everybody else by you achieving that personal legend of yours. So that was the two that I really enjoyed. And honestly as well, when you just read the name of the book, which is The Alchemist, Alchemist is actually somebody that turns metal into gold. And what they mean by that, or what I understood by turning something metal into gold, is take something that's happening into your life and bring the positive side towards it. And there's always gold in every single scenario. So when they say life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, it's how you look at certain things. And this book really teaches you to see that in that light. Needless to say, I love this book. It actually caught me by surprise. I thought it was just going to be a storyline and I was going to pick up a couple things, but I did not expect that it was going to be one of the books that I've read in my life that taught me so much, or kind of made me understand certain things that I've already learned. So it was really amazing, because I'm somebody who's more into reading self-development and biographies and things like that, but to really read this and understand that, wow, there's so much more, it's amazing. And not only that, when I actually posted this picture of the book that I'm reading this on my Instagram stories, a lot of people wrote back that they've read it, they liked it, so I really saw that there is a community behind this book, which is really interesting. So I definitely suggest you guys to go pick it up. The Amazon link will be down below. And you guys know what it is. Leaders are readers, and live your life on purpose and